So there's a lot you can do in 8 minutes. You could meditate, maybe eat a sandwich, have sex, depending on how you do it. But a piece in the New York Times argues that 8-minute catch-up phone calls can be the secret to maintaining strong friendships. And before we dive into this, we posted a poll on our social media channels asking you whether you prefer to call or text with a friend. So do you like the 8-minute catch-up call, or do you even call your friends? Are you just texting your friends?
I don't call them a lot, and they don't call me a lot, so it is rare.
Yeah.
But I do the, not 8 minutes, but the 6-minute or the 11-minute or whatever phone call with friends, and it'll start over text. Hey, I have, 7 minutes. You wanna hop on a call right now? Just quickly catch up, and I call them power catch-ups.
Oh, I love
and they
it.
feel good after, so good. What I also do is I do the drive home phone call.
Yeah.
So I
that's a
drive
good
home
one.
in terrible traffic. Sometimes it's terrible, so sometimes it can take 20 minutes and sometimes it can take 152 minutes. And so what happens is I'll text and I'll be like, I'm driving home, you wanna hop on a call? And the understanding there is the minute I'm home, whether it's in 18 minutes or in 52 minutes, it's over. Done.
Yeah.
Done.
And those are great calls.
That's a great way
and
to
it's
do
a power catch-up.
It's a hot tip.
Because you have a built-in out.
You know what? It built-in out, because what stops me, I think, from calling anyone, besides my mother, I think, is the idea of like, oh man, do I really want to spend an hour right now on the phone? But if you set it up with this sort of expiration date, I think I would be very excited about that.
But it's so funny because even in this article, this is based on a New York Times 7-day happiness challenge that the New York Times is doing. And so even in this article, though, if I read it correctly, when the friend said, hey, listen, let's have an 8-minute call, that the friend was kind of like, really?
Yeah.
Like, and so I think as long as you're both game for it, the idea behind it is what I do love. Because I don't know if the 8 minutes, or like, I don't know, I don't really call friends either.
Well, I think the point was not so much
right?
on the exact amount of time. It was like the article said the research shows that short phone calls, it actually does improve, or it lessens anxiety, it lessens loneliness, and we know that social connection is so powerful.
Oh my,
it's a quickie. Listen, if we're going in that direction, 8 minutes is kind of a long
An eternity.
We need a shorty. We need a shorty.
Keep it. I do think though that for me personally, like other than what you just described, the drive home phone call, I don't want this. I don't want this. And I'm sure the data is fine, but the way that my relationships work, I want to carve out time for people. And even if it's not really possible, like I just ran into a friend, or not ran in, we made a plan to get together over the holidays. I haven't seen her in person in probably 2 years, definitely from before COVID.
Yeah.
We didn't really even speak during COVID. She moved out of the city. I was her maid of honor. We were very close friends, and we got together, and it was a 3-hour extravaganza, walking, and we picked up right where we left off. I would rather than some friend. This friend is so busy. She's like, I got 8 minutes. That's where I'm slotting you in. I would rather you save your 8 minutes, use it for, I don't know, going to the washroom or something. I don't know, having a quickie, and wait until you have 2 hours for me.
But you're good at that. Like that's the one thing, Sin, like you're really good at, is that you prefer a face-to-face.
Yes.
And some people can't do a face-to-face, or maybe your friend lives in another city or something. I know for me, I feel very, very fortunate. We get to see each other and chat every day in person.
Oh my
So there's
God,
that.
love it.
But also I have a built-in community, and that is what this is based on, as well as this happiness study that's been going on since 1938. And they say the people who live the longest, healthiest lives are not the people who have highest IQ scores or the richest. It's people who have strong social connections. It's real simple, and I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
It's simple. Anyway, so I've got my built-in with my family, outside of friends, also with my family. We have a very matriarchal family, and my mother and her sisters and brothers have passed that down to us, their children, and we're trying to do the same with our kids, because it doesn't have to be family, but as long as you are making the time, that's what this whole challenge is about. Make the connection.
Can I just add in one more quick thing?
Yes.
Not everyone gives good phone. A lot of people
excellent point.
Yeah, good point.
terrible at phone. And so I would just say in 2023, you know who you are. If you sit on the phone and you don't have to ask a lot of questions, you make the onus
you're
of
doing all the work.
you improve that in 2023.
Or doing a FaceTime when it could just be like a FaceTime without a heads up.
That's right.
Oh my gosh! Please.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so here are the results of our online poll. We ask you how you catch up with your friends, call or text. 34% of you said call, while 66% said text.
Interesting. That's fair.
Hey there. Wasn't that great?
Do you know where you can find some equally good content? Our YouTube page. It's filled with discussions, debates, and some laughs. Head there now, like and subscribe.